Raise your hand if you want to see the most stupidest stuff engineers come up with, because I got something to show you. So, for a while, I think I included it in probably one of the videos when I first got the car. When you turn the ignition on or fire it up, you hear a blend door going, read it, and it's just annoying because it's rather loud. Well, I have the blend door out, and unconventional way. I don't know how everybody else does it. I watched a guy on YouTube do it in an STS. He just snapped his tab off, which is what I did. That's not so hard. It's up in the car. Let's see, like that. Yeah, like that. And what's stupid is this tab up here is up in between a cast aluminum piece, which is the inner structure of the dashboard. In between, it's a Phillips screw. They're all Phillips screws, which is even more asinine. So you're able to get this one out, sort of, and that one is really easy on the bottom right corner. Now, I've done some little tricks and stuff before, and this is about the most specialized I've done this. It's a 1/4 inch ratcheting wrench with a Phillips bit, and I put tape around it so it would keep the bit from popping through the back so I could put pressure, because you can literally only fit this up inside there, not your hand, not anything else, and trying to keep that straight and not kind of twisting and popping out. Oh, that's just stupid. So getting this out wasn't a problem, or it was a lot more problematic than this one because it's a tighter spot. This one you cannot get at. I will show you where this is located. So it's up on the back, and right where the white kind of latchy thing is right here. That, and there's another one back up in there. You can see 2 of them are the white latches or whatever, arms. That's where that goes. It's incredibly hard to even see it when I'm down there. So let me see if I can get, and this is an acrobat job because you're doing gymnastics. Okay. So here's the view we get. And there's the screw with the busted tab. So you've got that one up there, the one below it, and then the one behind the plug here. Or no, beside the plug, right there. Right there. Not so bad. But that one is impossible to get to. You can see that gap in between the screw and the cast aluminum. That's about a 1/2 inch, if that. I'd probably say just a smidge less than 1/2 inch. Well, you know, ratchet's 1/4 inch. The bit sticks out probably a little more than 1/4 inch, so you're not getting anything up in there. There's not a screwdriver. There's not a 90-degree Phillips Allen wrench type of dealy bop to get up in there. I mean, it is tight. Tight. And it is just so incredibly aggravating that one screw placement screws your entire project. And what would be nice is if I could pull this dash pad off, pull the airbag out, drill a freaking hole through that cast aluminum so I can get right at that screw. That's what I'm hoping to do. And that's if I can get the dash pad off, or if the dash has to come unless the entire thing comes in as an assembly. Gee, that's kind of tough. There's a BCM, I think. But let me crawl out of here. You're literally angling your back like bending over a freaking ledge, which is great. So this is a fun freaking job. And I pulled a couple bolts off for the support itself for the whole dash. But I pulled a couple off just for the cover. You know, there's this metal bracket with a couple 10 mils, which I guess you have to see through here. There's one, couple over here, couple inside there, inside the radio slot. So this is semi-loose, I guess, or the pad is You can hear it rattle, so I don't know how it's gonna come off. But the biggest part is getting it to dislodge from the center console. I don't know if I have to pull the center console separate, or if I try and pull the carpet back. What I absolutely love, and I'm sure the service manual says, and it probably just says, doesn't show how to get that out, the dash. It's just, yeah, you do undo these bolts, pull the dash out. You know, I just love when things are supposed to be that simple, but they never are. Like the engineers are supposed to, or like the mechanics are supposed to know exactly where every nut, bolt, screw, and how they come apart, and what's, you know, what kind of stupid specialty tools are required to get at stuff. And maybe there's a simpler way of getting at that, I don't know. But from my point of view, it looks pretty fucking retarded. How cram packed in there. And what's even, well, let's see, I had the new one sitting here. I don't know where that went. Right here. Yeah, not a great spot for it. Anyway, so there are 4 screw holes that they could have chosen from, and they choose one of the hardest ones to get to. Or no, I'm sorry. One of the hardest ones to get to, because you get this big clumpy thing in the way. So trying to get at that one's fun, but God bless it, why you gotta be so stupid? And I know this one probably interfere with the whole mechanism rotating and whatever, but move it out, like extend it out or something, so it's, you know, not too freaking difficult to get to. It's just, I think this is like a $30 part. A $30 part at a shop is going to cost you over $1,000 to replace just that. Now, it wasn't just making a noise, and when you got down there, you could see that bottom white arm rotating as it's making its noise. Must have a dead spot in the sensor. But anyway, it also, when you'd have it on feet only, it would be blowing out of the face. If you had it on just face, your feet would freeze. Well, I'm sorry. If you had it on face and feet, your feet would end up freezing. It's like it cuts off all air to the feet. So then you have to get it on the feet, you have to go foot and dashboard, and that would switch it to the feet and a little bit to the dashboard, sometimes not, and then put it back to feet, and it would more or less stay there and start kind of blowing out the face vent again. So it really struggled on where to put the air, and that's why I'm doing this. 1, to get rid of the noise, and 2, to actually have air blow where it's supposed to, hopefully. That's the only one I can hear make a noise. I did buy 2 other ones. They're OEM from Rock Auto, so they're probably made in Mexico or something stupid. But oh, my handy dandy parts. So this one, I don't know which ones they are. I had to look on GM Parts Direct at, like, this one is the mode door. I took they say the part number and what door it is, but I bought 3 doors. There's for the front, because there's also one, I guess, up front for the console that directs with temperature air, and then I think there's one back here for the center console vents somewhere, so you can do face and feet and face or whatever, and just feet. So there's 2 for this console, 3 for the dash, as far as I know. So that's what's happening. But I'm really hoping I can just pull the dash pad off, and I'm hoping it's easy, because I tried to pull the dash pad off in my Honda up there when I was doing the heater core, and I was trying to clean the car from the mice stank, and you know, it looks fairly straightforward, and then you get into it and you've never been in there before, and you're like, oh, this thing's not coming out, and stuff starts breaking as you're pulling on it, and you're like, what on earth? And then once you get the whole dash assembly out, then you go, oh, okay. Well, hopefully this is not one of those. Hopefully this is a dash pad comes off, I pull airbag out and drill a hole, which I have no problem doing, and then getting at that last screw, putting the thing back on there, putting the screw in. You know, the guy on YouTube, I broke that tab off, and I guarantee he didn't get anything in there to take that last screw out, or put a screw in there. You know, if he did get it out, I don't know how he would have gotten it out, because he he pulled out the radio and figured, oh, maybe there's access. No, there's not. There's just not. You saw the cast aluminum up above it. It's like an arch. It just covers it. And you're like, freaking idiots. You know, just an access hole or something from the back or the top to get at that screw. If it was like a 7 mil or even a 6 millimeter bolt that was holding it in there, I could understand that. I have a 5 or 6 mil little wrench, not a ratcheting one. I can get up in there and do one little, you know, at a time. But when it's a Phillips, you can't get anything in there to get at it. Then you got to remove the whole dashboard just for one screw. Oh, that's when I start swearing. Where did these engineers go to school? Because they are the most retarded people you probably never meet. And if you're going to be an engineer, don't be stupid. Think about it. Use common sense. And I know there's probably separate departments. Oh, this HVAC department and dashboard department. I understand, okay? But work together and go, gee, there needs to be like an access hole. This dash needs to be able to pop off really easy. Pull the airbag out real quick. Like, access hole. And just get right through there with a screwdriver. Get it done. You know? Yeah, it probably takes 3 hours, 4 hours total. But, you know, in and out. But it's doable. Not, oh yeah, it's going to take 10 hours to pull the dashboard out. Oh, I tell you. When people are so freaking stupid. So, I just figured I'd show you guys if you all have ever seen an STS that's been ripped apart for one screw. And it's not hard to me, so it's just time consuming. Out in the cold, yay. So, but, frickin' balls. Nothing's broken yet, thank goodness. I mean, it just came right apart, so. Quick, I guess, tip, hint, whatever. This is the driver's side knee bolster, and there's 2 clips. One here, one there. You can see that they kind of face up. Pull down, or pull out, not down. When I bought this car, the knee bolster was hanging down. It was because somebody had pulled it down and snapped those tabs off. Pull out, not down. And just you know, and don't pull from the bottom only and pull out. Grab it from like on top of the steering, underneath the steering wheel. Use 2 hands. Be gentle but yet strong and firm, and pull it. You know, you don't want to break this stuff, because like I got lucky and that was only $10 at the junkyard for a replacement knee bolster, or $5 even. I don't even remember. It was cheap. You know, but you go online and, oh, it's an $80 knee bolster, it's leather wrapped, it's for Cadillac. You know, don't get screwed. Just be gentle. So, save yourself some dollars. But, yeah, I love stupidity. I tell you what, if you aren't living with it, you're working with it. So, oh, I'd rather work with it than live with it, I tell you. So, oh, yeah, buddy. But, I don't know, that saying just came out of the ear, so don't judge me too much on that. I just thought it was kind of funny. Yeah, buddy. I don't enjoy stupidity one bit. So, hope this is a little bit interesting and showing y'all what all might be involved, and I'll keep you updated as I keep ripping it apart. Trust me, it's self-explanatory. You know, I pulled this off, saw in the video the guy had that out, and I'm like, well, it must just pull out then, and yeah, it does. And then I saw that there were clips, you know, clipped there, and I was like, oh, okay, so this does pop off, because I tried sticking something in there once, and it didn't want to budge, and I was like, I'm not breaking it off. But yeah, it just clips on there. I pushed the clip, and this one popped out, and then I got my finger. It's all self-explanatory once you get in there. I'm just hoping the whole dash pad just comes off and I can get at the bones of the dash, the cast aluminum, and I'll hopefully be able to get the airbag out. That could be the other problem, but we'll get there when we get there. So, I'm going to go get warm since I'm already chilled to the bone. I'm glad it's not colder, but it still is not enjoyable to be working outside at all. So I'm surprised the dash didn't start beeping at me. It must be because of the ignition's out. It's interesting. Car doesn't really throw a tantrum with a bunch of stuff disconnected. So, but it isn't beeping at me with the key in the car. So that's a bit interesting. So, will it lock? Yep, there we go. Okay. So, yeah. This is what I gotta do now because it doesn't. Oh, and it's gonna make a freaking liar out of me now. Oh, I hate that. Just because it's on video, it's gonna make a liar out of me. Okay. Key, pocket, grab handle, nothing. Shows it's locked. Okay. Normally, I've tried this before, and that's the first time it ever worked. Up against the door handle. So what do I got to do? I got to go put this up against the door, right here. There. That's what I got to do. I don't know if it's the handle. It's got to be the handle. It's supposed to be a brand new OEM handle, which it looked like it. And that brand new OEM electronic piece inside there as well. And it works. I mean, it works when it works. But it's just, you got to be in super close proximity to get it to work. But I think, yeah, so the other side works perfect. And I had to get a new door handle because I tried pulling this off to swap this whole electronic part out. Well, I decided to rip the wire off the door handle. And I was like, oh, perfect. So I'll have to get painted next spring or summer or whatever, so yay, but I'm probably going to get a different one. And supposedly this is for an a CTS, not an STS, so I don't know if that makes a difference. It's the same style door handle, so I don't know. But all I could do is try. I'm going to go get warm and keep working on this. Hopefully it'll be a little bit warmer tomorrow or something. I gotta try and do some digging or something online, and I really don't want to rip the entire car apart. I'm probably going to pull the seats out just to have that crawling and laying. I can just lay on the floor instead of, I tell you, because playing Acrobat's going to get old real quick. But like I said, hope y'all enjoyed. Stay tuned for what happens next. Hopefully it just all comes apart beautifully. So thanks for watching. God bless.